Hey everyone, Travis Bowman here. So a former guitar student of mine whose name is also Travis hooked me up with this Atari 2600 and a bunch of games. He said it's been sitting around forever, so I wanted to hook it up and do some testing to make sure that everything is still working. The only problem is these old Atari systems only output an RF video signal, and normally that would be fine if I had access to a consumer grade CRT television, but in my case, the only tube televisions I have in my home are PVMs, or professional video monitors. These were used for security and sometimes hospitals, so as a result they're capable of some of the highest video quality for analog video, and they were built to run 24 hours a day. Now, as a result, these are highly coveted by retro gamers, and that's exactly what I use mine for. Now, these PVMs take a video input that is specific to this type of video equipment, and it's called BNC. You can get an RCA plug to BNC adapter for pretty cheap if you wanted to connect a composite or component input up to it, and it works very well. However, despite all of that, PVMs do not have an input for RF video. So in order to hook up this Atari 2600, we're going to have to get creative and add a few extra steps. If you're wanting to make this work for your own setup, you're going to need a PVM, at least one BNC to RCA adapter, a VCR, and the Atari 2600 with all of the appropriate cables. The idea is that we're going to use the VCR as a pass-through in order to get a signal to our PVM. If you've got an Atari, then odds are you'll also have this little box that will have a place for your hardwired Atari plug to go into, and then a coaxial RF type plug to go into your TV, or in this case, the VCR. So we're taking the RF signal into the VCR, and then we're taking this signal out through Composite, which is something that our PVM can see. Now here's where you're going to need at least one BNC to RCA adapter. We're going to plug the yellow cable into the video port on the PVM, and then we can use either the red or white cable to plug directly into the PVM for audio. Just make sure the Atari and the VCR are set to the same channel, which should be either channel 3 or 4, and boom, you should get a picture on your PVM. Just keep in mind that this is RF passing through a VCR, so it's not gonna look amazing, but it's certainly playable, and for me, it's definitely gonna work to test out all of these games that I've got. So spoiler alert, the system, controllers, and every single game work flawlessly. I mean, these Ataris are built like tanks, so that's no surprise. Okay, so there you go. That was a super specific topic, but I hope that it helps at least one of you out there. And if you don't have a PVM or Atari, I hope this was at least mildly entertaining for you. If you've enjoyed the music playing in the background, there's a lot more where that came from on my YouTube channel, and I highly encourage you to check it out. You'll find a ton of video game covers as well as some tips and lessons for fingerstyle guitar. Thanks very much for subscribing, and I'll catch you guys later.